All right, everybody, welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy here day by day. Thanks for being here. Hope your day is well. Today, I have decided to start a project across all of my accounts. Are you intrigued? If you're not, you should be, because I'm effectively calling it Project Punishing One, where I've decided I'm going to start only spending 2 refreshes of each of the energy, the fleet, and the fleet and the campaign currency in an effort to hoard, to kind of passively hoard, I guess I would say, for the future Galactic Chase event for the ship known as Dengar's Punishing One. And who am I? So we finished Mora. Am I on? Who am I farming here? All right. Here's 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I mean, we're still going to need a ton of everybody, so let's go with this. All right, so we're about to use one refresh here, and we're very close with Kyle, but we're needing to finish Newt. I was like, I think I did a raid, and I'm like, wait a minute, Newt's not done. And so yeah, it's like, because we don't have the Kairos, of course. So need to get some Kairos here for Newt to get him finished, because I tried to do a raid, and I was like, didn't want to go as well as it could, and the reason it didn't go as well as it could is because we were down some Kairos. So you see there, normally I would have done another refresh, but because we're kind of passively hoarding for the ship that's supposed to be coming sooner or later, known as the Punishing One. I'm like, am I not there? I'm not there. I'm not there. Even if I buy this, I mean, I'm just gonna take whatever I can get, because I'm trying to hoard a little bit of whatever in hopes of getting where we need to be. But we're not gonna get. I mean, Great Mother's not going to happen overnight. Obviously, I know that. It'd be nice if it did, but I don't think we're going to get there overnight. So where we need to be, that is. And we're almost to the point already where we have to wait on this piece. Which, it's like, of course we do. Why wouldn't we? The answer is, I don't know. Alright, so this is our last refresh. We're not going to refresh anymore. We're not getting. We're getting places, but slower, and it's fine. I was like to say it's totally fine, but it's not really fine. But we are trying to save at least a little energy for the punishing one because I need it. I need the punishing one for sure. I thought it was funny. Well, and you may not agree, but I watched Scribble, and Scribble was saying what I kind of thought was ludicrous, and that is that the only reason why he can feel like they're coming out with a punishing one for the executor is because he thinks that they're going to remove the Razor Crest from the executor fleet in place of a possible Mandalorian fleet this year. And I'm like, I don't know that they've ever done that. Of course, haven't played for that long, honestly. But I'm like, did he not read what the thing said? And he's using this excuse is it's like it's good on because they said it was to help out with defense, to help it be better on defense. And he's like, the executor's already good on defense if you use the triple attacker thing. And it's like, I gotta say, as a person who plays executor and tries to climb versus other executors, now granted, on none of my accounts do I have a 7-star executor yet. So that's another reason why we're gonna hoard a little bit for the punishing one, but also for the executor event. I don't really have a problem playing beating an executor using offensive guys. In fact, and I admit I could be playing it wrong. I could be playing the fleet wrong. I admit it. I don't claim to be really very good at this game. I just try. I'm just try to be fairly entertaining, try to do some interesting stuff. Hope it makes for good whatever. That's where I am right now. And I'm at the place where it's like where I'm just if I get into a mirror match, and I've only had this one time where they put the Razor Crest and the two and the Xanadu Blood and the IG-88 out at the same time, so they don't have the Houndstooth out. That's easier to beat because then I don't have to worry about fighting around the Houndstooth, the taunt of the Houndstooth, which to me, that's the hardest thing to do is to get around and still try to get your mark from the Houndstooth around the taunt of the Houndstooth. Because for me at least, it's really can be very difficult to mark whatever ship if you've not gotten contracts. It can be very hard to land a mark before contract. After you get contract, it's like it's fine. But for me, like the way I do it and the way I've seen a lot of other people do it is typically the starting lineup is Houndstooth, Xanadu Blood, and Razor Crest. And you correct me if I'm playing this wrong, but my whole goal is to get my Razor Crest with as many turns in hopes that I can land the marked buff on the enemy's Razor Crest to get him out of the game first. Why? Because if I can get his Razor Crest out of the game first, then that means the computer or whoever can't use his Razor Crest against me. And so that means I can move Taunt around, I can move the mark around Houndstooth in spite of the taunt. And they can't because they don't have their Razor Crest, so they can't move mark. So that means they have to just come at my Houndstooth. And the only way they can get around that is if they have a Razor Crest. But if they don't, but if I've already taken it out, well, then obviously I've removed that threat from the board already. And like I said, when there's no Houndstooth, you just keep going straight at Razor Crest until you get it out. And then once you do, because you've got Houndstooth out there, and after you've taken out that Razor Crest, it doesn't matter when they bring out their Houndstooth off the bench. You've already gotten around their Razor Crest already. And so you took out that step of having to worry about that Houndstooth. And I admit I could be wrong because I'm not, but I don't feel like Scribble saw that, and maybe there's some other way of playing at high Kyber or whatever that I don't understand. But I thought it was really interesting that he intimated that Executor couldn't use a little help on defense because of course you're going to use this triple attacker thing. And I'm like, and for me, I'm just saying, I don't know how to make that work. If there's a way to make the triple attacker thing work with the Executor, let me know, because I've never seen it. And, I don't deny it's a thing, but I just don't know how to do it. And to me, it's just logical to at least make them struggle to try to get the Houndstooth out of the way, at least in some capacity. And then if they can pull it off, that's fine. If they can't, even better. But I'm not going to make it easy on them. But I'm not going to make it easy on you to get through me by not having a starting lineup that doesn't include the Houndstooth. I mean, I was born one day, but it wasn't yesterday. And so that's just a whole enchilada about how I feel about the deal. I don't really know if I'm right or wrong. It's just where I am. It's just what I feel is the best way to play, the best use of whatever is to try to get marked or try to get marked out there before they can, and take their Razor Crest out before they can take yours out. I mean, I don't feel like it's overly super hard concept to comprehend. It's all about RNG of can I get a lock on without contract before they do, and can I keep my Razor Crest ahead of theirs to where I can keep attacking them, and because it's going to be a while before they cleanse. Because with your executor, all you do is you just hit that first special your first turn. The second turn you're summoning IG-80, the IG-2000, and it's your third turn with your ship before you're using the cleanse. And usually you definitely want to have the enemy Razor Crest gone before the ship takes its third turn, because you don't want to have to cleanse it. By then you're usually, but not always, but you're usually in contract territory by then. But just because you're in contract territory, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to have this thing up and running with the mark by that time. But anyway, so I'm excited about the home one. The punishing one, because I am passively, like I said, I'm not going to use as much energy as I have been. We're just going to throttle back one entire refresh on both the fleet and the regular energy. And sort of hoard those crystals instead of spending them, in hopes that when we get to the galactic chase for the punishing one, I'm one of those people who's like, oh, look at me, I've got all this energy stored up, so I can just refresh the whole time. Other than that, though, I don't know anything. But anyway, I do know that I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. God bless. Hold the line, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.